Wow, we have a very, very powerful book in our book club today. It begins with Jenni Rivera. Jenni Rivera, very famous for her larger-than-life personality, beautiful singing voice, received many Grammy nominations, sold 20 million albums worldwide. Sadly, though, she was killed in a plane crash in Mexico, December 9th, 2012.
The accident happened while Jenni and her oldest daughter, Chiquis, were not on speaking terms. Something happened between them that tore the two apart. Now she's revealing that dark secret that has been kept all these years. Her first child, Chiqui Rivera, had a difficult life beginning at age 8 when she says her father began sexually abusing her. It continued for years. And after losing her mother, they had a terrible feud, where they had a terrible feud beforehand.
Ready to forgive.
The new book is called Forgiveness, and welcome to Good Day New York, Chiqui.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
This is such an emotional book. How I could imagine you putting it all together and writing it, and now going out there and talking about this.
It's kind of reliving those moments again, but what helps me keep on going is the fact that I wrote this book not only to heal myself and it's been very therapeutic for me, but also to help other people that have been through the same experiences that I have lived, or that are going through it now and haven't spoken up, which is something that's so important, is to bring it out and let it out.
You've been through everything. I mean, really, starting with the abuse at your father's hands.
Yes, at 8, and it stopped when I was 12, and we went through, he ran for 10 years, and he finally was sentenced in 2007 for 30 years with no chance of parole. So I speak about that in the book. I speak of other things. I also speak of the situation my mom and I were in. We weren't speaking for about 2 months before she passed.
Because she accused you of...
Yes, of sleeping with her husband. And I think it wasn't her that really thought it. It was toxic voices, which I also speak about in the book, around her, which I think is very normal, unfortunately, for people that are in the limelight, to get people to come and talk nice to your ear and put a little bit of this and that in things, and obviously it's not true. And I wanted to set the record straight, because it isn't fair for the relationship that my mom and I shared for so many years, for me to be accused of something. To me, it's next to almost killing someone. I mean, I think it's horrible. And so I wanted to set the story straight, especially because my dignity as a woman, and I think that it did affect me in many ways, and I want to honor my mother. And
it's got to be difficult that you never really had a chance to kind of reconcile with your mother before this tragic accident. It
was very difficult, but now I understand. For so long, and that's what the book is about. It's about my journey to forgiveness, because in 2013, after she passed, I went through so many different emotions where it was difficult for me. I was finding myself in a very difficult space.
Is there a message for those of us who might be having a feud with some family member or something like that?
Absolutely.
We think we have all the time in the world to reconcile, but we don't, do we?
Exactly. That's exactly what the book is about. It's kind of leave that in the past, talk about things. When you talk and you allow yourself to explain things, then there won't be a misunderstanding, and that's what I talk about in the book.
Well, so you talk about forgiveness. What about you and your dad? So he's still in jail, right?
Yes, he's still in jail.
Do you talk to him at all?
I don't. I've tried. I wrote him letters before my mom passed. He never wanted to talk to me. But
does he blame you for the situation, or does he realize what he did?
No, he doesn't. He's never asked me for forgiveness. He's always accused me of being a liar. But there's just so much evidence that there's just no way. I mean, I remember all of it. So it's unfortunate. I forgive him. Now that my mom has passed, I don't feel the need to have a relationship with him. I'm okay with that. But I have forgiven him.
How did you get to that place? I mean, you've really overcome a lot in your life, and there's been other sexual abuse in the family and stuff like that. I mean, it really is, it's a lot.
Well, I think you just have to pull. I think it's difficult, but I think the most important thing is to pull anything positive that you can out of every situation. And I said, you know what, if this happened to me, I'm not going to victimize myself and be a victim of my past, but I'm going to try and help other people, which is what I really want to do. Excellent. The book, once again, is called Forgiveness. Let's take a look at the cover. Where do you go next? You're very busy, not only with writing, but singing and television. My album debuts on June 2nd. It's called Ahora. So now, living in the now. That's what it's called. I like that, because we can get wrapped up in the past, you know? Exactly.
And what's going on with the reality show?
Oh, the reality show. I'm working on my 3rd season, Chiquis Confidential. It's on chiquisonline.com.
That's fantastic.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you, Chiquis. Nice to meet you.
All the best to you.
Thank you.